welcome to Cult Movie Club, and today we are talking about a film from 1994 starring Dolph Lundgren, Pentathlon. It's got to be said, before we start this, I'm a big Dolph Lundgren fan. Have been since I was like 7 or 8. I think it's the first Dolph Lundgren film I saw. I think it was Universal Soldier with Van Damme. And straight after, like within a week, I'd seen like Dark Angel and Showdown Out Tokyo, and yeah, that was it. It was done. Deal was sealed. And I was really into Joshua Tree as well, which came out after Universal Soldier. And then this follows that, which is just bizarre, because you got all the. The 80s ones were like, you got Dark Angel and The Punisher. Totally forgot about The Punisher. Amazing film, better than the remakes. Check out the original. I'll do a review on that maybe at some point. Back to this. So he was on a real roll. He'd just done Showdown with Brandon Lee, and then done Universal Soldier with Van Damme. And then he did Joshua Tree, which was like his starring thing, which wasn't a massive film, but it was quite a big film. And then this like kind of immediately followed, and this was like a proper straight to video then, VHS, and it was really low budget, and it was just like, I remember renting it like the week it came out, excited, thinking I was getting like this, crazy action movie, and it was just at the end of it like, what was that? It's like a massive blip. He made loads of films after this, none of which hit any of the caliber of the earlier stuff he'd done. I think he did Johnny Mnemonic not long after this, which was, although flopped, was a bigger title, but then disappeared well into obscurity after that, and didn't really come back until like the Expendables 2010 and stuff. So yeah, just a real oddity, really. Yeah, so it's got like a Rocky vibe to it. He's like an athlete, and he's on the German team, and he's like the star athlete. He's like the number one. He's like doing this pentathlon, which is loads of different things. Forgive me because I don't know much about this kind of stuff. I'm just trying to rhyme off the plot of the film. There's some shady goings on though that he wants no part of. Like they're trying to give him this dodgy blood filled with like I don't know. Like they're trying to give him drugs and stuff, and he wants no part of it. He's also getting very friendly with the American teams and an American woman especially. After a big like argument with his like manager, which is David Soul from Starsky and Hutch. He decides to escape and heads to America, and then it goes to like years later, and he's like, he's working in a burger joint. He's lost his way, a little bit. It wasn't, the American dream didn't really pan out. So he's working at his burger. I can't really remember what happens, but his boss at the burger joint notices, that he's got some talent and realizes who he was a few years back, and decides to help him retrain. This is coinciding with his old, David Soul, the German guy, coming back onto the scene, wanting revenge for him being ditched, but has also got this like terrorist plan also. So he's coming to America, and it's all kind of comes together at the end where he's trying to kill him, and he's also trying to pull off this terror. He's trying to blow up this thing. Yeah, that's it. It's not much action. It's more character development and stuff like that. It's not an awful film. but it's also not a great one. You know, Dolph's trying really hard here, and you know, trying to get away from the typecasting, I suppose, but also playing a very similar character to Drago, although probably not as brutal, but that kind of vein. So not really moving away that much. So he's playing it safe, but also trying to move away from just having two guns in his hand and shooting everyone. But it just there's something that it just doesn't really work. But yeah, it's all right. It's directed by Bruce Malmuth, which directed the excellent Nighthawks with Sylvester Stallone and Rutger. Great film. And he also did Hard to Kill, Steven Seagal, which was gold era Seagal, was pretty good. And he did a few other bits as well. This was his last film. He died unfortunately in 2005. It's when you look at Dolph Lundgren's filmography, it's kind of it's a bit of an oddity. Not many people, unless you're a fan, know really of its existence. It's that kind of film. It's probably something that would be, back in the day on Channel 5, about 7, 8 o'clock. It's got that kind of vibe to it. It's got like a made-for-TV vibe, although it wasn't. I don't think it got a theatrical release. Definitely didn't in the UK. It might have in Europe, but yeah, it was a direct-to-video one. This, if you just discovered Dolph Lundgren, or you're into checking out his films, then it's definitely it's not his best, but it's definitely worth a watch, just out of curiosity maybe. But if you're not a Dolph fan, then you probably need to give this a miss. It's probably not for you. Thanks for watching.
The Olympian Challenge. 5 sports that test a man's skills, strength, stamina, and endurance.